Hello Silver friends, this is Joli from QuickSilverHair, and today we're going to celebrate my 1,000 plus subscribers. Yay! Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm so glad you subscribed to my channel, and I hope the channel continues to grow. And I hope that what content I'm bringing to you is good for you and that you like it. Judging by the fact that I'm growing on this channel, I am delivering something that you want. I asked on my Facebook page, if you could ask me anything, what would you ask? And I got quite a few questions, and I also get questions via email, so I'm going to answer some of those questions. So stick around, I might answer one of your questions. The first question I want to answer is, how do you like being on YouTube? I feel like that's a really good place to start because, moving on to YouTube was quite the shift for me. It actually took me about 2 years to make the decision to start doing video. And I was gearing up for it that entire time because I knew I needed to be on YouTube for several reasons: for my business, for the blog, for my exposure, and for traffic to my website. But I was very resistant to getting on YouTube because I don't even like doing video calls. I don't like doing FaceTime. I don't like doing anything where someone is watching me talk. So this was really outside of my comfort zone to come here and be with you guys on YouTube. The other thing that has been really great about YouTube is physically, it is much easier on my body. I do not have to sit in front of my computer doing research for blogs that lasts hours and hours and days, and I don't have to sit in front of my computer to build those blogs and put all that effort in. And while I know a lot of you appreciate the writing, it was very hard on me physically for my neck and my shoulder. And then when I got that injury in 2020 to my right arm, it was sometimes really impossible to sit at my desk and work on my computer for hours at a time. So that's been quite a relief. I think it's given me some time to actually heal. I still have some issues that I'm working on with my shoulder and arm, but overall I feel like it's been a lot better for me in the physical sense to not be stressed out in front of a computer screen. I do intend to continue blogging as I can. I have put out a couple of blogs this year where I felt like it was really relevant information, and we'll see. It's been a balancing act. It's hard to do all of it and run a business. So I'm just kind of going with the flow and seeing where we go. The next question is for one of my silver friends. This is just for fun. It was the very first question that was asked when I asked the Ask Me Anything post. And that was, what do you eat for breakfast? And she was like, you don't have to answer that. I was just kidding. And so I'm going to answer it just for fun. So I actually don't eat breakfast. I practice intermittent fasting, and I have for several years now. I found that it is very energizing for me. It's very good for my digestive system. And I actually enjoy just having collagen coffee in the morning. And then when I actually feel hungry about noon or 1 o'clock, I will make myself what I call a super shake. I developed this shake for myself when I was studying nutrition because I have a ton of food allergies. I felt like I needed some meal every day that was just packed full of some of the things that I was possibly missing out of my diet, because one of the things I don't eat is wheat, so I am gluten-free. So I need a little bit of extra fiber in my diet. Anyway, so in this shake is whey, yogurt, almond milk, greens powder, flax, and it's just an all-around good, healthy, hearty shake. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't want to drink it, but that's basically my breakfast and lunch when I break my fast. The next question, which is question number 3, is, are those your natural eyebrows? I'm gonna lean in. Yes, they are. And for years, people have always asked me about my eyebrows. I was blessed with great eyebrows. And I've never really done much to them except kind of shape. I, pluck out the ones that get a little stray. I actually do have a lot of white hair that grows down on the lid, so I have to pluck that all out. I don't really do anything as far as tinting or anything like that. I do use a spoolie to brush them and comb them out every day. I sometimes put a little bit of oil or moisture in them because my eyes can get kind of dry, so that includes the eyebrow area. At this moment, I don't tint them. There isn't hardly any gray hairs inside those eyebrows, but I'm sure that they will gray eventually because everything begins to match at some point. And I'll just tint them. I find that what looks best for most people is to match their eyebrows to the darkest hair they have left on their head. So I will probably just tint them or use a product to accentuate them that is about that color. But other than that, I don't do anything to them except that maybe I'm going to open them their own Instagram page. Just kidding. So this is a weird question. I get asked this all the time now, and when I first transitioned, this was never the question, but now it is, and I guess it's partially because of the trend. But this question, I bet I get asked this as much as the eyebrow question, and that is, do I dye my hair this color? No, this is 100% my natural hair color. I don't actually even use purple shampoos and conditioners very often. I do love the purple conditioner from Loma, so I do use it like if I can't get to my QuickSilverHair mask and I need to like extend it a little bit, I will use the Loma conditioner. But for the most part, this is 100% my hair color, and it is a lot of different colors, but it's all me. On that same note, yes, it is naturally curly. Today I did hit it with, this is second day hair, and to smooth it out a little bit, I kind of fixed some of the curls with a curling iron, but nope, my hair is naturally curly wavy. I have some videos on that. I can link it below in the description box if you want to check that out. Question I get asked a lot, and it's probably because I don't say anything about it, and that is, do you have children? I do not have children, but I do always have a dog around. That's something I enjoy having, and right now we have a 15-and-a-half-year-old Shih Tzu named Cooper. We call him my assistant because he always comes to work with me. He's always, when I'm doing videos, he's always right there. So yeah, I've had him for 15-and-a-half years. We used to have 2, and my female died a few years ago. But yeah, most of my adult life, actually all of my adult life, I have had a dog at my feet. So that's my children, if you will. I know a lot of people don't think of animals as children, but in this house, they're family. So the next question I get asked a lot too, and that is, where did I get my dream catcher? Or what is that hanging behind you on the wall? It is a dream catcher, and I made it. It was something I had always wanted to do, was to try to make a dream catcher. And a really, really good friend and colleague had sent me this amazing scarf that was lots of little strips of yarn. I really couldn't wear the scarf comfortably. One, it was getting tangled in my hair. So I made a dream catcher out of it. I pulled all of the yarn apart and I used it for the strips on the bottom along with the peacock feathers. And then there are beads and so forth that I've collected through the years. And that was my first dream catcher that I ever made. So along with the eyebrow question, I get asked this one all the time, and that is, do you whiten your teeth? This is kind of an interesting question. I remember posting my very first reel on Instagram, and I posted it and I thought, oh my God, my teeth look so yellow. And I almost took it down because I was kind of self-conscious about it. And then I thought, you know what, screw it. That's the color of my teeth. That's just what it is. Of course, it was the lighting also, but I'm not kidding you. Within hours, I received an email from a company asking me to partner with them on a teeth whitening product. And this product was extremely expensive. It was like somewhere around $300 to do this whitening system. And of course, they wanted me to promote it. I declined, of course, but I have tried to professionally whiten my teeth. I have very soft enamel and I have very sensitive teeth. So when I had them professionally whitened, it was excruciatingly painful and it blistered my gums. So I did not go back and do it. The other reason behind not going back and doing it was because when they showed me the scale for how much whitening I actually achieved. My teeth are actually only about 2 to 3 shades darker than ideal, which it goes quite a ways before it's, really dark. But she was only able to whiten them 1 shade, which put me at 1 or 2. So I felt like, it's fine. Maybe my teeth are a little yellow because I love coffee and I'm not going to quit drinking coffee. But no, I do not whiten my teeth. However, I do use the Pro Enamel Sensodyne whitening toothpaste, so they may stay a little whiter just because of that toothpaste, but I use that Pro Enamel toothpaste to protect my soft enamel. The next question I get asked is, do I regret ditching the dye? No, I don't, not for one single moment. I first off don't believe in living in kind of any negative emotion like regret or guilt or anything like that. I think that when you make a choice and you commit to it, just commit to it. And if you're not happy with it, then you should change it. So if I regretted it, I would go back to dyeing my hair, and I have no intention of doing that. There are times that I think, what if at some point in my life I want to dye my hair again? I'm kind of all in at this point. So I don't know. I don't regret it at all. And so far I have never had the desire to dye it again. As a matter of fact, I have purchased products to test for you guys that I have chickened out on and not tested because I was afraid it would alter the color of my hair permanently. So there you go. Next question is, why do you say, until next time, shine on at the end of all your videos? Is that significant? So yes, it is significant in 2 ways. I don't like to say goodbye because I think goodbye kind of feels permanent. Until next time means that we'll see each other again. And there is a slight homage to someone very specific in that, and she knows who she is. The Shine On comes from Pink Floyd, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. I love that song, and I feel like we're all a bunch of crazy diamonds embracing our silver hair. So I felt like saying Shine On at the end of the video was a nice way to sign off and be unique. Another question I got was from a silver sister that I've known throughout my transition, and she asked me, this was specific to silver hair, so I'm going to address that to her. She asked, why is the curl underneath curlier than the hair on the top? So there's a couple of reasons for this. The hair on the nape of your neck is probably still got pigment in it. And I think the pigmented hair has a little bit different texture to it. So it's probably closer to your original curl pattern. And then as you've grown out the lighter hair color on the top, it has probably loosened up just a little bit. I think what most people struggle with is how do you deal with the differences? And for me, because mine does the same thing, the hair under here is much kinkier coil than the wavy, looser pattern on the top. I focus on making sure that I'm getting a really nice, good, slippery conditioning to that hair so that it gets all that moisture that it's craving. And then I just make sure that I get a good hold, good amount of gel. So I focus a little bit in my hair care on that section specifically by itself. I kind of isolate it and I make sure it gets plenty of conditioner, plenty of leave-in, and the right amount of mousse or gel to keep it nice and happy underneath. I hope that helps. That was my 10 questions for Ask Me Anything. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, shine on.